Hey, Gemini Seekers. Happy birthday to those of you who celebrate at the end of May. I have a dog who's playing tug of war here with me in my left hand. And enough. Okay, baby. That's good. Bye. So, where were we? Yeah, May. What? May 2025. How? The moon is currently actually transiting your sign as I'm recording this. Working with the Rider Waite Tarot. Nine of Swords, Nine of Swords. And the Fool. Wow, what a intense restart. The song that is coming up in my mind is freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. You feel that you have nothing to lose. And in a way, it's liberating and a really bizarre sense of relief, not because it's bizarre in and of itself, but because of the circumstances. You're not feeling good about something or about some things. You feel like whatever this is hopeless. There's nothing you can do about it. It's over. It failed. It hurts. Maybe it's grief. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's something you realize you have to come to terms with the reality of. And as you come to terms with the reality of it, you break free, right? Break down, break through. I spoke about this in another video, and I think I made a short for that. A line in math doesn't actually exist. It's a theoretical concept. One point, the beginning of that line, if you continue this line and continue and continue and continue and don't stop, eventually, because Earth is round, you'll return to the starting point. And so the other side of it, of that line, is the end is the beginning, right? One polar aspect, one extreme point is the other extreme point. So if one extreme point is this pain, this profound sense of despair, and the other extreme point is extreme sense of liberation and freedom and um, serenity and trust. And this one leads you straight to this one. This one. It's like if you dig a hole deep enough, you come out from the other side from the other end of the earth. Yeah, you got to go through hell first, but still, nothing can ever be final because everything is a cycle. Because everything is a circle. And if everything is a circle, then everything is empty, right? The reason zero, the shape of it is round, is because zero is emptiness, it's nothing. It's the infinite nothing contained in a circle. And maybe you feel so lost with this Nine of Swords here that this infinite nothingness, this sense of loss, creates this containing, somewhat comforting shape, suddenly, somehow. And you're like, F this. I'm good. It's okay. This happens to me with grief. At one point, it became so overwhelming and so painful that I was like, wait, have I forgotten what it is that I believe in? I will see them again. They're right there all the time in a different shape, in a no shape, but they're there. And they will regain shape again one day, and so will I, and I will see them again. Maybe I'll even recognize them. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? This song is too much for me. But that's what's coming through, It's like when you just don't care anymore, it's also liberating. It's also liberating. I'm not saying that you need to stop caring, but that point in your struggle, that stage, it's inevitable. It's like one of the 7 stages of grief. And so within that place, because you know it's a stage, you can also find peace. And I feel like I'm just kind of describing how you're feeling, but you didn't necessarily knew how to put words to describe it. Just to be clear, this is not a premonition. I'm not predicting this sudden um, sensation of despair. This is something that, and it's also not complete despair because again, it's like, it's an integration. It's an integrated sensation between despair and liberation. The Moon and 3 of Cups. So maybe you suspect or worry that someone that you care about loves someone else, with someone else, considering someone else. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe you're drinking too much and escaping too much. How about try to practice this sensation of despair and liberation as a spiritual practice, an energetic practice, and don't do substance abuse and avoid that. It's an opportunity for spiritual expansion, for strengthening of your mind, of your heart, of your psyche, of your spirit, of your body, even. Utilize this as an opportunity to grow as an existential shifter, the existential shifter that you are. Three of Wands. And maybe there are people somewhere out there, far away, that you want to be close to them again, that you want to go back to. You're tired of the distance, you're tired of the space. You want to see them, you want to feel them, you want to hear them, you want to touch them, not through a screen. You miss them. And if they're still alive, go there. And if it's someone or someone's that you miss because they're on the other, they are on the other side of the veil, watch the beginning of this video again. But either way, they hear you and they're with you and it's mutual. Not necessarily the romantic possibility. Um, there might be someone that you don't know that you love them anymore, or they don't know that they love you anymore. I'm sorry. But if that's the case, you already know that that's the case. It's not like a shock surprise. Maybe you just don't like the confirmation. You were hoping I'll tell you something different. And maybe the reality is different. This could not, it could be that this is not your video. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. But let's say it's not mutual anymore. Let's say one of you fell out of love. Okay. Fall out of love with this person and fall in love with someone else at some point, sooner or later. And if they did, okay, how many times have you had your heart broken? And here you are again, feeling, hoping, recovering. Things have changed. When you look back at it, you're like, I'm fine. Why was I so upset? I don't even think about this person anymore. Time may not necessarily heal all wounds, but it certainly transforms our perspective and helps us utilize the pain of the wound to heal other aspects of ourselves, to gain wisdom, to help others. I do see profound fortune coming through for you this month, Gemini, with this star, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups shenanigans. And there's a really powerful new beginning and new direction that stem from something that has ended or is ending right now that makes you feel so despaired. But as the energy will start shifting and this opportunity or new romance or new life direction or a dream fulfillment of some sort will start, happening, it's like you'll forget about it. You'll be fine. You'll be on a whole new plane. And you will, and you won't be able to necessarily, feel it now, but come back at the end of the month and rewatch this video, or come back in a few months from now and see how, in retrospect, what you thought there's no way you could feel, you absolutely feel. Try me. Some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius. Um, some of you might be dealing with a Cancerian. Whatever it is that you're holding on to tight will be detrimental to you. Let go. This is a very karmic, somewhat fated month. I'm saying this because of the cards. Queen of Cups. Um, it's when the Wheel of Fortune comes out with certain numbers and certain cards. It denotes very fated slash karmic energy. If you want to know how I do that, please check out my Tarot Masterclass. Queen of Cups. So much emotion, so much depth. I'm hearing you're going to learn someone's body, like very thoroughly. This is very sensual energy that's suddenly coming through. Um, like every nook, every curve, every inch. Very interesting. Um, there is also sexual release here and healing for some of you that this applies to. And there's memory. Memory. Okay. This is very specific. Those of you who are already actively working on a memorial of some sort, whoever you're remembering is very grateful and honored and they love it from the other side. Again, this is not a premonition. This is for those of you who are already doing that and you know. So you have confirmation and approval. And there's another aspect of the memory that isn't grief oriented, just something remembering what it's like to be truly in love, truly devoted, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and from a place that is trusting and not worried, not anxious, not suspicious, very open hearted. And that can only happen if the person on the receiving end makes you feel safe, right? It makes you feel like you can trust them. If someone doesn't make you feel like you can trust them, doesn't make you feel safe, there's absolutely no reason for you to trust them or feel safe next to them. And if for whatever reason you feel guilty for not trusting them when they prove to be not trustworthy with their actions, you should not be shaming yourself like that or gaslighting yourself out of recognizing that something here is off. I'm talking, but what's coming through next for you is very healing on multiple levels. And this could be someone, this could be a new affair, romance that is very intense, very deep, very sensual, very emotional, very sexual, very open-hearted. Um, feels very powerful, very transformative. But again, from a very it's with healing and it's with serenity. It's not like a painful type of transformation. It's not a traumatic, destructive, scary kind. It's overwhelming with emotion. It's intense, right? Not scary though, which is wonderful for you. Tell me more, please, for Gemini. Temperance. I see that some of you are going to really be transforming your inner translator. Like the way you translate what other people say, what other people do, what goes on in the world, what you perceive in your day to day. A completely different approach. Things that used to scare you are now going to excite you. Things that used to confuse you are now going to serve as, you know, feel like they give you clarity. Um, And it's from a place that is healed and less angry and less scared and less anxious, hence less prone to be off put by things that are uncomfortable. The discomfort will become fascinating instead of uncomfortable. Um, and I see this giving you a lot of energy and motivation to move ahead with something that you're very passionate about, a goal, a purpose, a dream, a journey, a trip that some of you might be taking. Um, some of you might go on a spiritual pilgrimage of some sort. I see some of you, your perspective on life really shifts. This could be ideological, political, religious, really anything. Um, and you're taking it very seriously and you devote yourself to the either search, research, discovery. You want to go and see it for yourself, experience it for yourself. And this will mark an end of a very painful karmic cycle where you stayed stuck in a mental loop. Uh, and now you're going to break out of it by taking yourself physically somewhere else or somewhere relevant that will help you look at things in a broader way and have a different understanding of things. And it will end that painful cycle, especially in the mind. So, yeah, a journey, definitely seeing a journey here. Ten of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. Some of you it has to do with a legacy of some sort or something very ancient. This is very specific because I'm hearing the Tree of Life. Some of you literally are going to Jerusalem, like on an actual spiritual pilgrimage. If you want to visit the Western Wall or something else there that you find to be sacred, whether you're a Jew, a Muslim, or a Christian, you'll find something sacred there for you for sure. Um, but that's too specific, so never mind. Gemini, your energy doesn't feel like Gemini. Usually when I do Gemini, readings, they're lighthearted, and kind of butterfly-like. Now I'm feeling something very intense. And of course you can be intense. Um, but it's very scorpionic, actually, what I'm getting from you. Very scorpionic. And very fixed. Like I'm getting any of the fixed sign, like Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Um, very stubborn energy, but a very powerful one as well. And I think it just relates to something ancient that surpasses time, something timeless. Some of you are reconnecting to spiritual origin or religious origin from a past life that is now starting to kick in somehow, and you want to explore it, right? Um, Nine of Pentacles and Judgment and the Hermit. Gotta love this. Okay, sorry. So many nines. Something this month is very faded. Very, very faded. Whatever is happening right now is meant, it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to put you on a certain trajectory, um, get you somewhere, realizing something. Um, this is a real pilgrimage. Again, if it's, I know it's very specific, so if it's not an actual pilgrimage, it's a different type of spiritual pilgrimage that you could be going through with yourself at home meditating. So, but I do see physical movement more likely. You could just be, hiking to caves, but you're doing something to generate that inner understanding of what you believe in, and you catalyst it with, physical actions that are to do with it. Martial arts really supports stuff like that as well. Um, what better way to understand the Tao than to practice martial arts? The peaceful harmony that comes from the art of warfare. What? Practicing Tao with your body, incorporating philosophy. It's incredible. So that's the kind of thing. And it's interesting because on one hand I saw this affair, right? This romance is very intense and very soulful. And then I see also a solitary process, a very solitary, personal, individual process that you're going through. This could be happening simultaneously. You are Gemini, you're the sign of duality. One of your twins can be doing this and the other can be doing this simultaneously. You can contain polarity, you know? So, but the good news is, especially if you're worried, um, you're going to be okay financially. This month. I see that you're getting through whatever difficulty some of you may be in. Um, maybe you'll have some news about money that you've earned that is going to come through, or a check that is going to arrive, a payment, a bonus of some sort that you've been expecting or not expecting. But it's going to kind of calm the situation down, at least for now. Some of you are sitting down with a grandparent or an elderly person to talk about your history, about where you're from, about your ancestors. Um, you want to understand better, you want to hear it from them. You suddenly realize they're not going to be here long. Maybe recently you've had a brush with death and it made you, you know, appreciate the people in your life and wanting to utilize the time that you have in a better way. And I see that if you're doing that, it's going to be profound, and it's going to help you understand something about yourself, and it's going to help um, fill in a gap of some sort. Okay, I'm going to continue this reading and go into deeper mundane specific detail by doing a Celtic cross. If you resonate with this, or you just still want to come hang out and watch your sequel reading, I'll do it right now, and it's going to be available for channel members where all sequels are available for them, or for a separate purchase over on Patreon. You'll find it linked below or here somewhere on the screen. um, check out, check out my channel. If you enjoyed this reading, if you're new, subscribe. For those of you who I've received several messages from seekers who told me from the OGs, from my original gangsters, that have been around for years, and they're saying that they haven't been notified or haven't seen me on their feed. I'm still here. I'm still creating content. So if that's the case, unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Turn on notifications on your settings from to get notifications from YouTube, and then also press the bell button so it specifically sends you from my channel if you want to see my content, of course. And engaging with videos, that's the language that YouTube understands. So if you worry about how come I'm not showing up on your feed, it's very easy to fix that. You just got to press a few buttons. So yeah, stay magic, stay true, stay free. I love you. Ciao for now.